Welcome to the show, friend. This is your safe space. Sit back, relax, let's laugh and embrace. Oh God, I need my nails did. A little polish for the soul, it's a perfect fit. Let's talk, let's heal, let's shine so bright. Fabulously yours, let's make it right. This is your moment, it's time to unwind. Feel the love, the care, and the peace you'll find. Seat at the table, where the tea runs deep, where laughter and wisdom meet. It's more than nails, it's how you feel inside.
Hello, 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 everyone. It's Chanel Tech Homegirl, Brandy. That's me. We are here with another episode of Oh God, I Need My Nails Did. And I have the incomparable Leametria Starks as a guest. And as you can tell by my face how big I'm smiling, I am so excited to have her on this episode. It's like, girl, I got footage before the Oscar. Yes, Jesus. Oh, so I already got with Dear Future Homie with Leametria, so speaking that into existence. But I got my real homie right now in the place, Miss Leametria. Yes. Okay, so y'all know, oh God, I need my nails did. Honey, we are professional around here, okay? I got her bio. We got all the things ready. So I'm going to give you her bio on this amazing woman. And not just an amazing woman, she's an amazing friend. So, for her to show up for me, and she's got a ton. And when I say a ton of stuff going on. So I want to honor her and her time. And I am so thankful. I'm so excited. So, Leametria Starks is a graduate of Mid-American Christian University. She has been acting for over 27 years in the theater and 5 years in TV and film world, and is SAG-eligible. Leametria started out in musical theater, traveling with Soul on Fire, and continued her acting career in several stage plays throughout the years. Leametria can be seen in TV and movies such as People Magazine Investigates. Oh, girl, what was they investigating?
Girl, the murder.
Oh, Jesus, fix it. Okay. The Eric Andrews Show, Inside the Black Box, and Urban Ed. Leametria is also a gifted vocalist, and honey, she really is. I love when she gets up and sing. I'm like, oh, we about to go. We about to be slain in the spirit. Yes, Lord. I do. I be so excited when you sing. Yes, honey. She is a gifted vocalist with a sultry, and it is sultry, contralto voice. She hails from Midwest City, Oklahoma, and is the former Miss Black Midwest City. Honey, she's a pageant queen too, girl. She's a pageant girl. Yes. Leametria's goals in acting are to become one of the world's greatest storytellers while making memorable characters for the audience to connect with. Her motto is bet on yourself. And I have said her motto many times on the show that I'm going to bet on myself because, girl, as you know, being an entrepreneur is not for the weak, right? And you got to bet on yourself. So, I'm so happy to have you here. So, on today's episode, it's about Michi, her journey, her story, just her amazingness. And I'm not just saying that to puff her up. Like, I've watched her through the years, and she's so integral, and she's about her business, and she's about God's business. And I love how you handle all aspects, and you treat everything with respect. So, we're going to do a really quick game. Really quick. So, if your life was a movie title, what would it be called?
Bet on yourself and watch yourself win.
Yes.
Yeah, it would be bet on yourself, or I bet on myself and I won. That would be a I think that would be a dope movie.
Yeah.
I bet on myself and I won.
Okay. I think that's what I'm going to include in every show. If your life was a movie title, what would it be, right? Because they say all the world is a stage, air quotes. Mm-hmm. But all the world is our oyster. And if we are the light of God, if we're the salt of the earth, what does that look like? And what is the title of that thing? And how do we draw people to us, to the kingdom of God, right? So thank you for that, Michi. All right. So today on Michi, I did a lot of prep work off camera. So we took off the old product, which was an acrylic set. Now these are Michi's real nails. And today, and I've been doing a lot of polygel, so I'm gonna be hollering at the people that I use because I need a sponsorship. Amen. I know that was real aggressive, but I use a lot of y'all stuff because I like it. And I need you to go ahead and bless. Oh God, I need my nails did with your products. Amen. My mom told me stop moving my head, so I'm stop moving my head. But anyway, so we're gonna do a poly gel set on Michi today with an American manicure at the end. Now I'll post those pictures at the end. So let's get started. So the first step is we've already did all her cuticle prep work off camera. All that's already done. And remember, when you're going to get your nails done, this is not an option. It's not an add-on. It should be included, right? So we've already done all the prep work. Her nail beds are clean and they're ready to go. Ready for me to start the process. So, all right, let me get my questions out, girl.
Get up there.
Yes, honey. Okay, so how did we meet? Like, how can you remember that? How we came to be our friendship?
So I know we go to the same church. Can I say the church name?
Yeah,
So
we can say the church name.
We go to Bethlehem Star Baptist Church, and Brandy was this ball of light that came to the church. Somebody that was always happy, always smiling. You just knew she was about to be a good time when you saw Brandy come through, honey. And a good time she has been for the past several years, baby.
Oh, you're so romantic, friend.
Oh, that's romantic, girl.
You know, that's my phrase.
All right, girl.
It don't mean like what everybody else
Oh,
saying.
thank you. Yeah.
It is, yes, honey. That's so sweet. Listen, cause I genuinely, my heart's desire is to be who I am when no one's looking. And so what you see on camera is really what I am in real life.
It's definitely what you get in real life.
So, yeah. And then when you make me mad, you know I'm mad at you. I don't hide that. It's real clear. So, but I said that to say, it's important to be authentic. So I try to be as authentic as possible. Okay. So, what has been one of your biggest influences in your career? Or let me scratch that. When did you know that I want to pursue this? Like, what was that thing that you felt on the inside that said, okay, it's time?
Well, what let me know that it was time is when someone in the industry sought me. I was on Clubhouse. This was during the pandemic. It was December, actually, during the first year of the pandemic, and I was on Clubhouse, and we were performing because at that time, there was nothing going on for actors at that time. So when I got on Clubhouse, I didn't get on Clubhouse to start acting. I just got on Clubhouse to see what it was about. Well, I ended up in an acting room, and so I was just sitting back, listening, and I had no knowledge of everything about Clubhouse, and so I got put on the stage in Clubhouse. And so I was like, oh, I don't know what this is. So they called my name and they said, do you want to go next? And I was like, well, I don't have a script, but if you email me the script, yeah, I'll go next. They was like, oh no, this is improv. I was like, okay. So they gave us the scenario of what they wanted us to improv with. We did it. Well, during that time, they stopped us and they said, hey, y'all don't know who just walked in the room, and it is such an honor to have this person in the room tonight. And that is my acting coach, Tracy now. Wow. And so when she came in the room, they asked her to give critiques, and she gave great critiques. She said, I don't know how long they've had to memorize the script, but they did an excellent job. And that's when they said, no, this is not a script. They were improvising. And she was amazed. She hit me up and told me about her classes and stuff, and that she wanted to work with me, and I have been rocking with her since December 2025, and she has introduced me to so many people. It's been a great honor to work with her.
Okay. And that they say that your gift will make room for you,
Yes.
and you were on this just for entertainment purposes, really.
Yeah.
You had no idea what you were stepping into.
Right.
But your gift activated and it made room for you, and it shined. And that's, one thing that I love about you is that you shine even when you don't even realize it, Meech.
See.
You have this presence and this spirit and this humbleness about you that it really does shine through, and it's
Thank
authentic.
you. Right.
So that leads me to my next question. How did you know that you would be a good leader?
Well, I didn't know. You talking about in church or period?
I'm saying period because I watched you.
Here's the thing. Church leadership is totally different than when you lead in a workplace, right? Because leading in the workplace, you know your job. You know what the job is. You've been through training for this job, and you got it down packed. When it comes to church leadership, okay, now you are playing with somebody's salvation at times. You are playing with how they receive the word. You are playing with the fact that the church can be sensitive, so you always got to be walking on eggshells, right? Church leadership is hard. Church leadership is hard for me, but it has been a blessing that I didn't know I needed because it has taught me how to work with people in a different way. Because at work, you kind of say what you want to say, right?
Right.
You get kind of slick with it and see if HR can deal with it, right?
Right.
In church, it's really not that easy because at the end of the day, you have those convictions on what you said. You got to go back and you really do got to make it right because whatever it is that you do, everybody is watching now that you're in leadership. And I'm just a person, I'm transparent, I'm authentic to who I am. And so I try to pull back a little bit. But the feedback that I get from the people that I deal with under that leadership, the authenticity is what they like from me. And so
I love that you said that you were cognizant of how I lead in church versus how I lead at work. And so my next question to you is how do you not find balance, but how do you view your work leadership, your church leadership, and your faith? Because you can be a leader in church and not really have that much faith. So how do you balance all of that, and how do you separate those two things?
Sometimes you can't separate them. You know what I'm saying? I think once you get in church leadership, you try to use the church leadership to do anything outside of church, right? Because your faith is your base. And so that's what helps me try to understand people more at work, be able to work with my coworkers, be able to do the different things, interact on bad days, you know what I'm saying? Because Michi will fly off the handle at work. You know what I'm saying?
But that's real though.
Yeah, because I'm like, we ain't at the sanctuary, I can cut you out right here. You know what I'm saying? At church, not so quick. you know, but without the church leadership backing, I noticed I would probably be real crazy.
And that was the next question that I was going to ask you. I mean, not for you to say you were real crazy. But I was going to say, do you feel like your leadership in church has helped you find that balance in every other area to where you're not like, I'm going to give it to you, even though that person may deserve it?
No, it aids. It definitely aids because having a strong spiritual mentor and somebody that you can just talk to and keep it real with, the way they get you in line through love instead of hate or making you feel less than, things like that, that definitely helps you because you learn how, okay, well, they gave me this grace or they talked to me like this, so now I can go on to other aspects of the business and deal with things that way. You know what I'm saying? I don't always have to be harsh in my words. I don't always have to be quick-tempered. There are lighter ways to handle situations.
Okay. And so let me ask you this. What has been your biggest lesson that has been something that lives inside of you now with your leadership positions in church and how they merge into your life? Like what was that aha moment that you were like, oh, you can't separate them. This is it bleeds into everything else. My faith bleeds into everything else. What was that lesson, if you can share with us? Switch hands. Let me see this one.
Just
Put this one in.
Put this one in. Just the lesson that, I mean, you just have to do right, man.
Yeah.
You just got to do right.
Yeah, because sometimes it don't have to be that complicated.
Yeah, it's not complicated. That's why I'm like, you just have to do right.
And I asked,
and you ain't gonna get it right every time.
Absolutely.
But you got to be cognizant of what you're doing. So.
And I asked that question because I always like to know where people's heads are in that arena. Because sometimes I feel like I overthink stuff. So I'm like, okay, let me make sure I'm not the only one over here tripping.
Church leadership will make you overthink stuff 20 times because you want to get it right. You don't want to disappoint. And it's not just about disappointing the people. It's like you being held accountable for stuff where if you was at work or something, who holding me accountable at work? You know, I know God is always watching, but it's like when you go to church, you like that, wait a minute, I got to be held accountable for my actions because it does bleed over to other people. And
thank you for sharing that with me because I feel like a lot of times I want to have real conversations with people and you just look at me like, girl, can we just not be pretentious right now? Like, let's have a real conversation because I think that it's so important that we show our faith walks so we can encourage other people because a lot of times we have people that are like, I want to know God, but the way they doing it makes me like feel like I'm never going to get there. And so I love when we can have transparent conversations about our faith walks because, you know, sometimes there's some people that really will try you. You like, God, I don't know if I'm all the way delivered. So you're going to have to help.
Yeah, but let me tell you this, and this is not from a leadership perspective, it's just a church perspective, period. I used to say I used to go to church for a social gathering because I felt like I wasn't just learning stuff in some previous churches. Since I've been here, I am more cognizant of things that go on, like today or last night when I got a message that totally could have rocked my whole entire mental world to where, okay, now we out for blood because I don't know you, I'm messing with you. But just knowing who God is and how he's brought me through, it's like, girl, we're not even going to spend no energy on that right now. You know what I'm saying? I have not always been that person, and sometimes I still can't be that person. But today and last night, I was able to reflect on that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what kept me today.
I like that. So let me ask you this. I've always wondered, does your faith dictate the roles you take?
So, for me, my faith does not necessarily dictate the roles I take. However, I do have a lot of confliction in my head with some of the roles I take. Because the me that I am, I'm going to take some stuff that might not be too pleasing to the saints. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I'm cognizant of, I don't want this to be seen or that to be seen, but I'll take a role that somebody might feel like is, oh no, why would she do that? She's a leader in the church, because this is the gift that God gave me. You know what I'm saying? This is the talent that I was blessed with, and I don't think he would put it in me if he didn't want me to use it.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of people feel like actors or comedians, they on stage, they cussing, they doing this, they must not know God. A lot of them people go to church. They know God just as well as you know God. They just cussing on stage for a lot of money and you cussing at home for free. I mean, let's make it make sense.
Yes. Really quickly, you all, I'm going to have Michi go back and forth in the light. So I'm going to do a nail at a time because the length that she has on her nails, these are her natural nails. And so it's better, personal pro tip, it's better to do a nail at a time when you're doing a poly gel or a hard gel with longer length nails, because you want to be able to have that product set on there properly and not it move with body heat and it starts, it doesn't shape properly. And once you put it in the lamp, you got lumps and bumps and dips and nails. So my pro tip is when I have nail length, this length, I like to do it, cure it as soon as I put the product on there. So it can stay in its proper shape and it can cure the way it needs to cure. So I'm going to have you put this hand in the light. So one thing I heard you talk about and I thought was one thing you just said, I should say, that I thought was very interesting, about the roles that you take. You know, you the actress that you are, because we have done some stuff together before. You give characters real life, and so I really think a lot of times sometimes it's very irritating, because you can love God and be an actor and do a role like Denzel did with Training Day. And I remember him saying on the script, the wages of sin is death. And so if we don't get to see what real life looks like, because we preaching to the choir? Why we preaching to the choir? Our job as believers is to go and be a fisher of men. So do you feel that when you take these roles that are, air quote, not saint appropriate or saint whatever, you know, do you ever consider that, no, I'm giving this character a real life, giving them credence?
Every character, you're supposed to become the character. The character isn't Michi. The character isn't Leametria. The character is who the character was on that paper. And my job is to do my history, do my background, and come up with who I need that character to be for their project. And just real quickly, there is one thing that I won't do because of my faith. I have to say that I do not take roles that are demonic. I have been sent a couple of scripts like that. I don't do witchcraft roles. Now, those things I absolutely don't waver on. Those are my non-negotiables right there.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, because people don't know. I feel like the enemy is always looking for an open door. You know, and it's one thing to be innocent and just being an actor and don't know God, but it's one thing to really know God. And you take that role and the depths you go to as an actress to figure out who that person is, how they got there. That's basically like saying, "Come on, homie. Come possess me."
Devil, baby.
Yeah, we don't play
not
like
on
that.
purpose like that.
That part. Because I mean, to me, that's what it would feel like if I was. I get that.
Yeah,
like I
can
can
do that type of stuff. I know we can play, different ways, but when it comes to that, that's flat out witchcraft, flat out demonic, flat out. I can't do that. I gotta go to sleep at night, child.
Okay. Listen. Okay, so what has been one of your favorite roles? Like, you just like, man, I enjoyed this.
I like the Eric Andre show, and the reason was that was the most. And when I say challenging, it was only challenging because I sat there, I learned my script, I had my part down. I was gonna be this little sexy realtor. We was gonna go in the back room and do what we do. I was, that's my alley girl. That's my cup of tea. I get there, and he's like, "We scratching the whole script." I was like, "Okay, we're gonna improv the whole scene." I was like, "Oh, okay." And I was like, "What are you okaying for, Michi? You got this. This is what got you with the person. You can improv this." And we did. We had to improv the whole scene because there was something that took place, like nothing with me, but there was something in that script that took place that he didn't like. And he was like, "We're going to scratch it. We're just going to improv this whole scene." And that's exactly what we did. And that was fun because there were no restrictions.
Yeah. That is so awesome. Okay. So, if you could, and I know this is like a stupid question, but I'm going somewhere with this. Okay, if you could learn from any actor, which actor would it be? Actor or actress?
I could. Definitely Viola Davis.
Yes.
She just brings the straight up dramatics for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just absolutely love her. I love Felicia Rashad, Joe Morton. Absolutely love him. And then like when you get to comedy, like Vince Vaughn, like I love his sarcasm. Like his sarcasm, if I had it and could keep a straight face.
But I feel like you do, because sometimes you be saying stuff real slick. And I'm like, "Oh, you just said that. Like that was okay."
But you know who I would really love to just sit in the presence of and just be on set with one day is literally Samuel L. Jackson. And it's not about the Super Bowl for me. It's not. I've always said this. He reminds me so much of my dad. Like, appearance-wise, everything. And so I could just see me playing his daughter or his niece. Like, if I could have one wish, one dream in the acting world, it would be put me on set with Samuel L. Jackson, his mouth and my mouth together, baby, they gonna think we father and
Listen,
daughter.
okay, so listen, I'm put this in the atmosphere. You, I don't know why you gonna watch my show, Samuel L. Jackson, Mr. Jackson, but you gonna watch, oh God, I need my nails did. For some random reason. Thank you in advance. I appreciate you. But you gonna work with Leametria. Amen. All right.
You will see.
I'm excited. And let me do the manicures on the set. Amen. Hallelujah. And back to scheduled programming. You know, sometimes we gotta manifest stuff.
Yes,
you know,
yeah.
and we touching, so we agree.
Yeah, he's on my vision board.
Amen. Okay, well, so that's a perfect next segue. What does your acting vision board look like outside of Samuel L. Jackson?
It's my goal is to be episodics, right? So I want to be on your TV screen every week. Do I want to do movies? Yeah, I do. But I want to be on your TV screen every week. I want to be a regular in your household. I just want you to take that journey with me of the character. I want to be memorable in the household.
Amen.
You know, that's what I want to do. Whether it be comedy, drama, whatever, that's what I want to do.
Okay, so what actor outside of Viola Davis and Samuel L. Jackson has up and coming actor that's like just new, they just hit the scene, they are doing it, they've broken through? What actor are you looking at this time that you're like, okay, I see you, I like what you're doing?
I don't know about this just new and breaking through, because I think most of the things I watch are established actors when I'm watching these shows on TV. So I don't know if there is a new person that has just stepped up and broken through, but one person that does not get a lot of credit, they're not new, but it's Issa Rae. She's newer than, you know, Samuel L. Jackson and all of them. But I absolutely love her style of acting. I just love it.
What about that style that you're drawn to?
She has this realness. It's like her characters seem like they are her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I love when you don't have to necessarily become somebody else. You can just be you and, you know, and take on what that character is, but you're you. And so it allows us to be familiar with you. It doesn't make you a one-trick pony, but it allows us to be familiar with you.
Yeah. So this is another question that I would love to know. Let's say you get to a place where acting isn't enough anymore. Would you like to move into being producer, director? Like have you thought about those other multifaceted parts of acting?
Definitely. I like to write as well. I've always liked to write, but I didn't know how to put it in a format. And so now that I know how to put it in a format, I have a couple of things that I want to do, and it's just waiting for that right time, making sure that it's right, making sure I have everything that I need. But yeah, I got a couple of ideas because I love writing. I would love to direct, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But one of my things is I have a hard time giving constructive criticism. I can take it, but I have a hard time giving it because I'm learning that everybody, being in acting classes, I'm learning everybody doesn't have the same thick skin you have. And you have to get constructive criticism in order to become better.
Right.
So when I do get criticism, I'm trying to learn from it. Some people like to argue with it. And I just know as a director, I can't argue with you on my set, baby.
And that's why you say you do like Tyler Perry. Oh, this ain't working, switch hands. This ain't working out, but we paid you for what you already done. Yeah. Like, I think that's a personal issue. I don't think that's a personal Michi character issue because you're not a malicious person.
No.
And so if someone can't take criticism from the visionary who they hired me to direct this, then I can't work with you because you're not going to give the character its proper credence.
But you'd be surprised how many people give pushback to people that can put them in the position that they are trying to be in.
And baby, that's why they still trying.
Yeah.
And that's why they're not getting the props that you get. So I will tell y'all, we went to Woman Evolved. I told y'all was going to be sick of me saying that because I done said it almost every episode. Hey girl. Hey Sarah Jakes Roberts. I can do your nails too for the show. I can get you ready for Women Evolve 2025. Amen. Watch the show. Glory. But like I was saying, we were at the conference, and Michi is I call her Michi. She's Leametria, but I call her Michi. She is our young adult leader, and she took her and her partner in crime. You took us down there. I don't know if she. Yeah. Thank you.
Sure. Yes.
I didn't know if she wanted her name on the show. That's what
I'm sorry. My core leader. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Amen. Hey, girl. We shouted you out. But anyway, all jokes aside, we went down to Woman Evolved, and Homegirl didn't stop. She was all the way involved, receiving the word of God. But when she got an email, she was about her business. And we were in the car, all three of, well, it was four, because our other friend was in the car. Hey, friend.
Hey, friend.
Hey, friend. But Michi was getting shout outs, and she was getting recognition and her hard work, and it's so interesting to me because I put a pin in that moment when I saw that. But I was kind of like, I wonder what the other people are thinking when they say her name. But they don't realize, when she gets done here filming with me, she's got to go home and film an audition. And she's going on another acting thing this weekend that is fun for her, but it's also networking. So I say she doesn't just say that she's an actress; she's putting in the work. And we live in a state in Oklahoma. It's not known for its acting yet. We have different, we have a big recording studio, sound studio here and stuff like that, but it's not known for acting. And if you are acting, the actors don't look like us. It ain't made for us, sis. I'm just being real. Sorry for all my people that are out there that are our allies. We love you. But the studio isn't made for us. So she's putting her money where her mouth is. She is getting on these planes. She's still working a full-time job. She's still a super involved mom, but she's pursuing her dreams. So that leads me into the next portion that I want to talk about, your life, your family life. So, so Chance, tell me a little bit about that. Like, how do you balance it all?
Girl, sometimes I'm out of whack. I don't operate I'm a person I can make a schedule all day and I never follow it. Mm-hmm. Some things are non-negotiable, such as the days I record for like TikTok and stuff. Mm-hmm. But while I'm in class, I go to class 3 days a week. I go Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So I'm always trying to learn scripts. So my focus mainly is on the scripts, but the kids still got to eat. Kids still got to get here and there. Mm-hmm. My daughter is a lot of help now that she's driving and able to, help me with my son, getting him where he needs to go. But I do set out those times to make sure I get that time in with him, like go to the movies, because we love the movies. So that's our thing. So I do make sure I have those times that we go to the movies, make sure I have those times that I ask, what do you want to do? And make sure that I try to do that, because I don't make promises a lot. But if I make you a promise, I'm going to keep it with my kids. Mm-hmm. So because I don't like to break those things, because it is hard in this business, because one year I was gone on my son's birthday filming, and so I had never been gone like that. And so they kind of got to me, but you make it up on the back end, right?
Right. And your son is so cool. He just seems so nonchalant, like, if you just Uber eats me some money and make sure I got some money for my game, I'll see you when you get back. Love you, bye.
Chillest, like, he's chill. He really is. He's chill.
Yeah, I like that about him. He's very quiet, but when he speaks, you listen. Yeah. Can we cut? So we've talked a lot about your acting career and you balancing your leadership roles with church and things of that nature. I want to talk about this TikTok situation because your girl got only 6 videos on TikTok. I mean, that ain't really much. We know that. I'm trying to get into the arena, but tell me about your TikTok journey.
Oh my God. TikTok was another thing that was birthed out of the pandemic. Like, we were sitting at home, we were bored, and I don't even know who told me. I think one of the kids may have told me something about TikTok, or I ran across a video that was posted to Facebook from TikTok. So I jump on there and don't know how to operate it. But what they did was like a lot of voiceovers and dance trends and stuff. I was like, we ain't got nowhere to go. Let's learn these dance trends. But it also helped me with the acting too, because by having to, let's say, take the it's Black History Month. So let's use Hidden Figures, the Taraji line where she has to go to the bathroom in the rain. So
I love that.
Yes,
That was my
right.
favorite when you did that. Like, okay, y'all, I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna do a little segue so you can see it. Cause when I said Michi, girl, hair was wet too. She done put the wet hair, and then she had on some pearls too. I said, she know you didn't have on pearls, but you talked about.
Yeah,
but you touched her neck like you was hoping there was some pearls on it. See, I'm a fan for real.
Yeah.
I can do it. I know the whole
Mama, you gotta cut now because you done distracted us.
Sorry.
Jesus, take the wheel.
To the bathroom, sir.
To the damn bathroom. For 40 minutes a day? What are you doing there?
We're T-minus 0 here. I put a lot of faith in you.
There's no bathroom for me here.
What do you mean there's no bathroom for you here?
There is no bathroom. There are no colored bathrooms in this building or any building outside the West Campus, which is half a mile away. Did you know that? I have to walk to Timbuktu just to relieve myself. And I can't use one of the handy bikes. Picture that, Mr. Harrison. My uniform, skirt below my knees, my heels, and a simple string of pearls. Well, I don't own pearls. Lord knows you don't pay colors enough to afford pearls. And I work like a dog, day and night, living off of coffee from a pot none of you want to touch. So, excuse me if I have to go to the restroom a few times a day.
Okay, so yes, I am truly a fangirl. I loved that moment when I said, "Come on, Michi," talking about commitment.
Because what it does is when you have to do a voiceover to somebody else, you can't change the voice. You can't, because you're not doing it yourself. So basically, and I'm saying voiceover, basically acting to the voiceover. So basically, what you're working on is your expressions. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to match their cadence. So when you're trying to match their cadence, you got to work on your expressions and all of that. And so you got to memorize those lines. So it was like I was memorizing little 60-second clips every day, a couple of times a day.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So, but that's because I like acting. It came easy to me. It was enjoyable to me because I was looking at some people. I'm like, y'all ain't gonna even take the time to learn what they really saying. Y'all just gonna move your mouth and watermelon through the whole thing. Like, no, girl, learn them words. So, but yeah, so that was fun to me because a lot of times in acting on a TV set or movie screen, when their camera is not on you, you got to be acting. So you better get them facial expressions down and all those reactions and things like that. So it was just fun for me. And then dancing now.
Girl, okay. Because your boots on the ground one, I said, look at my friend.
Girl, I want to learn boots on the ground so bad, baby, and I kind of learned it. I probably still need some work because I done gained all this weight, baby. But I ain't no dancer now. I used to dance back in the day. But it was just fun because here's the thing. During the pandemic, it was something that your kids could join in with you. So, girl, me and my kids, we be in there learning these routines. It got to the point where my daughter was teaching me some routines. And then we got my son to join in and stuff. And like TikTok, it was just the perfect outlet during a time where you had nowhere to go. And then it just continued on.
So, okay, let me ask you about this controversy, honey, with this good old tick of the talk.
Yeah, controversy.
The controversy, honey, when TikTok left America for how many hours? I don't even know because I was asleep.
14, baby.
Did it affect you?
It did not affect me. Because here's the thing. So I promote on TikTok. I'm an affiliate, and I get paid to promote on TikTok. So because I had done right by what I was receiving, the financial things I was receiving from TikTok, I was almost happy to get a break. I was happy to get a break. Okay. The only thing that disturbed me when TikTok left, it wasn't that the check was going to be gone. How am I going to get my real news? That's what I was worried about. You know what I'm saying? Girl, I was like, how am I gonna get my laugh for the day? Because Facebook ain't hitting like you used to. You know, TikTok, you got everybody across the world because what sets TikTok apart and makes it so hard for me when it left, because like I said, the financial wasn't it didn't affect me. Because I got a job. You know what I'm saying? But you get to see everybody regardless if they your friend or not. So TikTok allows you to see a whole bunch of people instead of them same 5 or 6 every day. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, that's how it affected me. But baby, it almost wiped my son now. Girl, he was a nervous wreck, baby.
Are you serious?
I picked him up from a birthday party that night. He checked Facebook in the car. Girl, we pull it up to the house, and he's like, "Oh, mama." He was like, "Now I ain't got my playlist. I ain't got my this. I ain't got my that." Yeah, he took it worse than I did.
That is hilarious.
Like I say, I was just happy to get a break.
Yeah.
Because I had like 15, 20 videos to record that night.
Oh my gosh.
And so, but the gag was, baby, when it came back,
you still had to get
I still had them same videos to record the next day. So, you know, I was a little salty.
That is hilarious.
I was like, you just be gone for 2 weeks or something. You know, that's what I thought I had. Because I knew it was gonna come back. I just thought they was gonna, make a sweat like 2 weeks or something. You know.
Girl, that is hilarious. So speaking of when TikTok left, did you ever watch The Americans Are Gone or something like that when you were watching all those?
I called because I heard they was clowning us
Yeah,
when we got banned. But what was so funny, honey, I didn't even know they was even on the app until we got
He was like, where did all these people come from?
So, baby, we was the one that was the life of the party, you know.
Right.
Because I heard them 14 hours was dry.
That's what they was saying. They said it was dry in the streets and couldn't find no water. Yes.
Yeah, it was dry.
Okay, that is hilarious to me because I did watch some of that and I was like, oh, y'all got a lot to say, but y'all missed
They
it.
was clowning, but I enjoy watching their little videos.
Me too.
And you know what? I ain't seen them since.
I know, right?
I ain't seen them since.
Because they went back to watching us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, but since we talking about y'all, can you go ahead and like, subscribe, and share? Oh, God, I need my nails did. You know, I'm not supposed to keep asking y'all that, but honey, I'm trying to get these views up, girl, because I'm trying to teach the people about their nails and what they can ask for. Amen. So, that leads me to my next question. What was your first viral video on TikTok?
My first viral video was the WAP dance. I mean, everybody was doing this dance. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And baby, I was like, shoot, when I get off work, I'm finna to go home and I'm finna to do this WAP. And what was so funny is I really didn't know how to do the dance correctly. I just made it my own because here's the thing. I like to laugh. I like to have a good time. You know what I'm saying?
Make sure your all the way in.
It's in there. Okay. And so I just came home from work one day and I said, you know what? Before I even do anything, I'm going to just set this tripod up. I'm going to come through this door and we just to whop it out. And that's what I did. And that video went viral.
Okay. So how often do you go viral?
It's like a hit and miss type thing. You know what I'm saying? Because the videos that have gone viral are so different. Like the WAP dance was first. And then when we had the celebrity deaths, that came in. I came in with my own voice, talking smart about September. You better come in here and sit your, down, and that went viral. And then,
I'll post that in there too, so y'all can see that. So when I will post that so y'all can see it, because I'm telling you, my girl is talented. She's not talented. She is a triple threat.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then the video, like I say, with my son. He broke 2 wrists. I just told him he could stay on that phone with them 2 broke wrists, and that went viral. And I'm like, so I don't know. But see, at that time, I was very consistent.
Okay.
I was very consistent. So once you keep your consistency up, your audience is going to love you. And then if you got that one thing that bite and gets their attention, they going to share it. Because one thing about TikTok, baby, they will share your stuff.
Okay, well then you gonna have to teach me how to, go viral on TikTok, child, or do something. Because I'm trying to learn.
People will say you're dreaming so they can teach you how to go viral on TikTok. If that's the case, everybody would be viral for your $5.
Oh, you so right.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you so right.
all I can say is consistency, and it's like a gamble. One gonna hit, the rest may not. You
Mm-hmm.
know.
Okay, hurry up and put that thumb in. So, really quickly, I have two setups, right? So I have where I see my clients, and then I have the studio. I'm telling on myself.
Tell them.
Yeah, I didn't bring the forms to do her thumb, so I am literally sculpting this by hand, free form, just nothing there. So I'm doing. You will see me go back and forth on her two thumbs a couple of times because I've got to lay the base to create her link to match the rest of the nails, and then do the structure on the nail to where it actually looks like it's supposed to look. So just yeah,
Bear with
just amen. Yes.
Before I go to bed, September, I want to tell you one motherfucking thing, bitch. Bring your ass in here tomorrow and sit the fuck down.
So you talked a lot about how TikTok, you're an affiliate with TikTok. That is so awesome to me, but I also know you as an entrepreneur, and that's what this month is focusing on is entrepreneurship.
Right.
So tell me about some of your businesses that you may have had in the past or you currently still have, because Michi always got something going on.
Listen, so I still have my online business, which is Leametria's, and basically I was doing t-shirts. I'm going to take those t-shirts down because I don't have the time to do that portion anymore. But I think one of the things that I'm getting ready to do is turn it into maybe a thrifting site, because I have so many items from TikTok that they've sent me. I have so many items at the house that I need to get rid of, and a lot of people like the clothes that I have. I can't fit them anymore. So I want to thrift them. People will say, well, go donate them. I do donate a lot of clothes. I do. But sometimes you want to get something back,
Yeah.
so you can get the things that currently will fit you.
Okay. That part.
That is where I am going right now.
Okay. And that's awesome. What I love about you, you always make room for a pivot.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's so important as an entrepreneur. You have to have the ability to pivot because, honey, things can change, markets can change, trends can change. And if you are a rigid business person, you might not do so hot because the trends are forever and always changing. So I really admire that about your.
I'm sorry to cut you off.
No.
Yeah, because during the pandemic, those T-shirts were hot. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was wanting the screen print T-shirts and the hot press T-shirts. All of that. So I get custom requests now. The thing is, my eyesight and my hands are so terrible that it just takes a toll on me. So it's not that I don't want to do it; I can't physically do it anymore. So that's why I said, you know what? Like you said, I got to pivot. I got to do the next thing because giving up ain't an option.
And so ain't. Okay, so you always talk. You are the queen of a pivot. What has your pivoting? What lessons have you learned as an entrepreneur? Because of the fact that you're able to, at the drop of a dime, I'm gonna turn. I'm gonna do something different.
You gotta always be open. You can't be stuck in your ways. You have to seek help. A lot of people don't want to seek help. You have to do that because why not seek help from somebody that's done it before you? And regardless if they're at the top, they're maybe further than where you are right now. You know what I'm saying? So you have to have all like gas, no brakes to make it through this thing. You know what I'm saying? You can't be lazy. You gotta. I just don't like to stay stuck.
Yes. No, it makes perfect sense.
It can be overwhelming, don't get me wrong, and you have moments where you shut down, but at the end of the day, you shut down for 24 hours, 48 hours. You can't just shut down for a month, 2 months, 3 months, because then you're going to lose that drive.
Yeah. So, and I'm glad that you say that because, it is sometimes it is necessary to be like, I need 24 hours to get my mind right. It's been a lot. I've been grinding so hard because I don't think our bodies were designed to go as hard as they go, and especially you, because I remember one night you had class, and you are so committed to being a leader for the young adults. After your class, you were still in Bible study, like you showed up. And so I'm glad that you mentioned that. Sometimes it's better for you to say, okay, I'm gonna take a break, than your body say, I've had enough, I'm taking a break.
Yeah, because my body has shut me down before. And it's not fun when the body shuts you down.
Girl.
Because you be down for days,
Ooh.
So yeah, but the thing is, I don't like to miss church if I don't have to. But there are days, sometimes you need a break from church, let's be honest. I know you can't take a break from God or whatever, but sometimes you need a break. But Wednesday night Bible study, it re-energizes me. You know what I'm saying? I like the atmosphere and the learning that we get, because we get to ask those questions that typically you can't ask anywhere. You know what I'm saying? But you just gotta have that openness in the environment that you're in so that you can get what you need.
Absolutely. And so that segues right into my next question. How does your faith inspire your business movements? Like, how does it dictate your life? And if it does, how so? And I wouldn't say dictate your life, but how does your faith inspire you and lead you?
It just lets me know that, like I say, naturally as humans, we get discouraged, right? But your faith lets you know that, okay, you're discouraged, right? But God got you. Like,
right.
Why you worried about this? God got you. And sometimes it takes that instance of him just showing you, like, I really ain't got to prove nothing to you.
Ooh.
But since you won't stop,
ooh,
let me just go ahead and let you get a glimpse of what I can do for you, and maybe you'll act right. You know what I'm saying? And I know they say how you act ain't based on the rewards that you get or whatever. But there are some things that will trigger you to where sometimes it might be best if you look at it like that, because it'll help you do better.
I like that. And thank you for sharing that, because, I think a lot of times as entrepreneurs, as just, well, let's not even just say limited to being an entrepreneur, people of faith, we get in God's way so quick because of our own mess ups. When you really think about it, like, I messed up, so let me hurry up and fix it. And God is like, yeah, no. And I mean, and I'm going to be fully transparent. That's where I am right now. Like, God, listen, I love you and I know you got me, but you're not moving fast enough. So let me go ahead and you go bless other people. I'm okay. I know you'll circle back around to me. But let me have this. So, I mean, thank you for just expressing your truth, because sometimes you walk on this walk and you think you alone.
But you know what? This is the other thing that I've been learning lately. Like, we get so ready for God to hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. But what I've been learning, so I used to get mad when I didn't get a role, or one time I was actually told that I had a role, but because of they needed somebody that was biracial, right? And they saw it in the script that the person was biracial. However, they ended up having to take it away from me because the end of the script, there was no way that I could play that biracial person because it was actually a reason for it written in the script, so that was like, girl, I was like, oh, I'm supposed to be in front of this person, I'm supposed to be on, like, I get to perform for these people. No, because of that one hiccup that I wasn't biracial, so I was down, like, I was salty. I think I even cried. But here's the thing, in the waiting, the preparation keeps going. And I really feel like, had I started at that time, would I be able to act? Yeah, but I wouldn't know some of the things set wise. I wouldn't know some of the things I needed to know contractually. There's a lot that I'm learning, and I feel like the wait is why I'm waiting, so I can get those fundamentals down on the business aspect as well as the acting aspect. You know what I'm saying?
And that's That's so amazing, and I'm glad that you said that. And I want to know, do you feel like your entrepreneur endeavors prepared you for the business side of being an actress?
Yeah, because it makes you have to take note of those things. You know what I'm saying? It makes you have to see, well, this is how they're doing this. This is how they're doing this. This is how I can incorporate that into my business. You know what I'm saying? They definitely can go hand in hand.
I think, I'm stuttering, or finding the words hard to come out my mouth because I admire you so much, and there's so many things I want to ask you, but I'm like, girl, don't wear her out. She got things to do, places to be. But what is one of your biggest lessons that you learned as a businesswoman?
You can't do it all by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That has been the biggest lesson I have learned is you can do some things by yourself, but you cannot do it all by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So I started training my kids on how to do stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, this is how you press a shirt. This is how you weave this shirt. This is how you do these letters. Like different stuff like that. You know, this is how you take an order. This is how you know what I'm saying? Just different stuff like that. Because you can't do it all by yourself.
But won't we though?
We will.
And be wore out. No joy at the end of it. You just look like, come get your stuff. So what has been one of your favorite business endeavors that you've done to date?
Probably selling. The t-shirts have been the funnest, right?
Okay.
And the most enjoyable because every shirt was different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They can be stressful, but it was fun because you get to put what you want on the shirt. And can't nobody tell you no.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you can't go buy this in the store, baby. I can make this. You know what I'm saying? And you can just be, that's fun to me because you can be as original as you want to be or just like somebody else when you're making your own. But that's probably been the funnest part, just being able to find my creative side. Because when it comes to crafts and things like that, I'm really not that creative.
What?
I'm not.
I find that so hard to believe.
Yes.
I've learned so much about you. I really am learning so much about you because you quick to come up with a pivot, a quick idea or something, but that's creativity. So maybe it's, we got to get out of that whole mindset of creativity is supposed to look like craftiness.
Yeah.
No, we need somebody who can create the system. We need somebody who can tell you the rules and the regulations so you don't get sued. So I and baby, you are the person that will break down a rule and a policy in a minute because you want to know just how far can I tip up to this line before it becomes a problem.
I want to be right at the edge.
Right at the edge. I'm with you on that. You be like, you about to fall over. Don't do that. So what business has taught you the most? Like this business has really just made you like, man, I'm growing because of this business.
Growing personally?
Like it made you go, woo, I don't know as much as I think I know.
Just taking hits. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes we jump in this business and you're going to take hits. But sometimes you don't know you're going to take hits in the way you take them, So you start off in business trying to be the person, trying to be nice and tiptoe, you know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, you can pay me after I make it. Baby, I ain't making nothing no more until you put that money in my hand. You see what I'm saying? Because people will try to play with you all day if you let them. So it has taught me to standing firm is not being mean. Standing firm is just business. You know what I'm saying? So that's the biggest thing. It taught me, like, I ain't gonna say I'm a mean person.
I think you're firm. That's not mean.
Yeah. And so a lot of people take it the wrong way, but it's taught me, like, there's a different way to say it. You know what I'm saying? But you can still get that.
But I find it so interesting. I feel the people that take it the wrong way are the people that are trying to get over on you.
Yeah.
Because when you really think about it, like, you have to come to me and be like, friend. Girl. And I'm like, ooh, am I? And that's like the whole conversation, just like, ooh, girl, friend. And I knew exactly what she was saying because I'm not trying to get over. So if you see me, if you see my slip, as the old folks used to say, baby, your slip is showing. You help a sister pull up that slip, but you know the difference between somebody who ain't got no slip on and they don't care if you see anything. They gonna be offended, and that's what I've learned. I mean, just in recent situations, like, oh no, you wasn't trying to do right no way, so you're not gonna take constructive criticism. Okay, so everybody, you see me using the hand file to shape Michi's nails. Since we basically did a brand new set on her nails, it's always better to hand file to give the nail the shape. You're never gonna see me use my e-file to shape a nail because it would take too much off. It's just not advised. I don't care how long you've been doing nails. Hand filing is still good. All right, so now we've come to my favorite part of the show where we talk about your nail salon experience. But before we go into that, as I mentioned earlier in the show, that Leametria and I have been in some, we've been in a couple of stage plays together. What was one of your funniest memories or memories that you were just like, girl?
Oh my God, y'all, Brandy tried to kill me on stage.
No, listen, don't let her lie to you, nigga.
Brandy was playing this character that was this older woman. She liked the free stuff, right? And so we were at the house in the play, and they were giving out wine and stuff.
Listen.
Baby, Brandy it took her character to a whole nother level, playing drunk. And Brandy sat on that couch and was waving them arms, baby, and popped me in my face and caught me off guard, y'all. And I'm hood for real, y'all. It took everything in me not to get Brandy that night. And this is the first time somebody been able to pop me in my face and not get no retaliation.
I was committed to the character.
She was committed, baby.
I was real committed, and I want to publicly apologize to you.
Thank you.
That I'm so glad that you remember our friendship and the love and admiration that I have for you, and not knock me out on the stage, because I don't know if I would have been able to recover. Amen. Yes.
Yes, but it made for, it was good.
Because she's a professional.
Baby, I took that cup from her though. I took that fake wine from her. You want to go get drunk off this fake juice? The fake juice worse than the real stuff.
I don't have no words. You done made me a little bit speechless because Well, thank you for being a friend. Oh. All right, you guys. So now we're at, like I said, my favorite part of the show where we talk about your nail story that leads us into our nail rights. So, tell me about a memorable experience that was not so amazing, so we could talk about the right for the client, what they could do moving forward.
Yeah, okay, so I had been going to this nail shop for years, and I took a break, and I started going to Brandy. And then, due to scheduling, I ended up going back to the nail shop. Well, my thing is, I'm not, the older I get, I don't do all the fancy things to my nails. I like a neutral, a good, light color. But I love the American manicure is what we used to call it back in the 90s and early 2000s. And so I went in, I asked for an American manicure, and they was like, oh, no, we don't do American manicure. I was like, don't do American. This is never gone out of style. That's my thing. It's never gone out of style. And so they call it ombre now to get that extra charge instead of the $5. Remember they used to charge $5 back in the day. I even pay you $10. You know what I'm saying? But you want $20 and $30 to do ombre.
They don't even look like a real American manicure.
Right. And the thing is, now they use powder to do it. When I'm like, no, it's nail polish. So what I did was, mind you, in all the years that I've been to this nail salon, never had a problem. We've always been nice to each other. Never not one argument. And so this particular day, my daughter was also getting her nails done. So so when I showed them the nails that I was talking about, I showed them my actual nails. And he said, well, why don't you go let them do it since they do nails so good? And so I just sat there quietly and I was like, you know what? I told his wife, I said, you can go ahead and finish my daughter's nails, but I'm not going to finish getting my nails done because that just wasn't appropriate. So she was real sympathetic to the situation. She was apologizing over and over again. And she was like, I'm sorry. And I said, because let me tell you what the whole gag is. I said, the whole thing is you all are the ones that did the nails in the picture. Mm-hmm. But since he wants me to go back to the place that made me happy, since they do them so good, I just go find me another place to go to. And so I did. I left again for a long time. And I just think
it's more than nails, it's how you feel inside.
The only reason why I go back to them now is because they right by my house. And they ain't got no business, which should be the number one indicator that I can get in and out. Sorry.
And there you go. And so I'm gonna have Michi go wash her nails, and we'll talk about your nail rights. We'll talk about when those type of things happen. And I think honestly, it's really not much to say because Michi handled it appropriately. I'm not coming back. I'm not gonna give you my money. But here's the thing: when you feel like you're being played, you are being played. And so there's a workaround to everything. And so as Michiko washes her hands, we'll talk about that in nail rights. Okay, everyone. Today's nail rights are, fortunately, for the nail tech, Leametria handled that situation appropriately. Look, this is where I've come to get my nails done, and you all did my nails. My advice to the nail techs is listen to your clients. It's okay to say, I don't do it this way, but are you okay with me doing it this way? I know sometimes we get frustrated and we've had long days, but ultimately we want clients, not customers. Customers you have no relationship with. They can come a dime or a dozen. My advice to the clients is if you feel like this salon is treating you like a customer, just don't patronize them. But nail techs, it's important to build that relationship with your clients. Let them know that you hear them. You know what? If it were me, this is how I would have played it. Hey, Leametria, I don't have the American manicure in the traditional way, but I can do it this way. It may not look the same, but is it okay if we compromise that way? So today, that's my nail rights. Oh, powder on my nose. Sorry. Blooper production. It's okay. This is a real life. We're learning as we're going. Because I was busy. I handshake those nails, honey. Y'all gonna see them. But I digress. So it's important to just be open and honest with your client. I don't have this, but can we do X as a compromise? And then work really hard to try to learn that skill set or provide that color. Because a French manicure and American manicure, honey, that should be a staple in every salon. I don't care how modern or trendy the salon is, how fabulous the nail art is. The classics never die. So that's today's nail rights. Okay, you can stop. All right, so Michi is back. We did our Leametria. I have to get used to calling you Leametria. Is back and we've done our nail rights. So we're getting ready to end the show, but before we go, we have to ask the question: if you could have your dream nail set, what would it look like?
Since I'm not just fancy, my dream nail set is just to have that perfect American manicure that looks natural, with maybe jewels. I'll get fancy with some the bedazzling on like my ring finger or something. Like I just like to keep it simple because then it goes with everything.
Well, girl, we could put the bedazzle on the smile line or just like a little line here. So that's easy. We can give you a dream nail set tonight, sugar. And then my next question is, because we got 2 more questions, and then we're into the show. Okay. So just know it's not gonna be some deep philosophical question. What is your nail care? Does your nail care routine give you self-confidence? Do you feel better when your nails are done?
Oh, I definitely feel better when my nails are done because I talk with my hands a lot naturally. A lot of people don't talk with their hands until their hands are done. I'm gonna talk whether they're done or not. But now that I have to do stuff where my hands are seen, it does give me a different set of confidence when my nails are done. I got my fill-ins right, my polish ain't chipped, my nails ain't lumpy. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because girl, ain't nothing worse than putting your set of nails up against somebody else's set of nails, and you like, let me tuck these back in.
Okay. Listen. Okay, and then the last question is, if your nails could tell a story, what would they say?
They would say she's ready for whatever. It goes back to the reason why I like neutrals and stuff. My nails will say, yes, they're long, but they're shaped nicely. They're nice and neat. She's classy. Because they're long and pointed, they can also be considered urban, but they can fit in any room, and that's what I love about them.
Okay. And these are her nails. Like, so her nails grow like this. And this is not my first time doing her nails. Like I said, Leametria used to be a client of mine, and just because of the way my shop was set up, you have to make an appointment. With her being an actress, an entrepreneur, a mother, a leader, it just didn't work out. So there was no love lost between us. It was just the homegirls glow up and blow up wasn't fitting with what I had going on, sugar. So again, Leametria, I am so honored. I'm so blessed to have you on our show today. And I look forward to the day where I can say, y'all, that's not just my friend, but she was on the show in the beginning. And not only that, she's already award-winning actress, entrepreneur, like all the things. So I'm so thankful that you are on our little humble show today. Thank you. You finish out the month of entrepreneurship. So to me, that's the biggest treat, like to have you as the showstopper, because you are literally the showstopper. Yes, ma'am. So again, don't forget to tune in to Oh God, I Need My Nails Did. Your episode is airing February the 17th. No, the 18th. The 18th.
Ooh, that's my birthday, y'all.
Ooh. So, okay, listen, I'm going to put her Cash App on there, so y'all better show her some love, okay?
It's my birthday.
Yes, girl. So your birthday is on a Tuesday.
On
a Tuesday. And then, so don't forget, we're going to move into the month of March. We will be talking about mental health. I will have some therapists on, and we'll have that beautiful conversation about, mental health. It is important to check in on your mental health. And then not only that, nail techs. This is for you as well. We get so much thrown at us on a day-to-day basis. And a lot of times we're not emotionally prepared for that. We're not technically prepared to give advice or to even take all of that in on a daily basis. So the month of March, again, we're going to be focusing on our mental health. And then the month of April, we will be talking to survivors of the 95 bombing here in Oklahoma. And I never say it right, so I'm just going Murrah bombing. I did it. Yes. We'll be talking to a survivor of the Murrah bombing, and she's my godmother. I love her so much, and I do her nails all the time. So that's going to be a fun interview. Fun, but I think poignant interview as well. And then we'll be interviewing a survivor. Her husband is a survivor of the 9/11 bombing in New York, and so we want to focus on the caregiver aspect. Like, how did you overcome being a caregiver, and or how did your marriage survive? And there's two sides to every story, the one going through and the one that's supporting the one going through. So we're going to focus on that for the month of April. And I'm so excited to see how God is using us and using the show to bless other people and to educate you all. There's a lot of things that you all don't know, and you want to get your nails done, but you don't know when you're being played or taken advantage of. And so that's the point of the show, is that we help you navigate how to go get your nails done, but make it enjoyable, because you ought to want to be enjoying going to get your nails done. So again, thank you all for tuning in to Oh God, I Need My Nails Did.
It's more than that.